with the vibe, ayy, 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 ride with the vibe, ayy. Ride with the vibe, my delegation, the real is the acts of the apostle. Ride with the vibe, delegation, the real is the acts of the apostles. I know the prophet. Mount Zion, God body building up like Lou Ferrigno. The gospel that we pumping, we work out everywhere we go. Stop, I say to Levi, watch I go on the bench and K-Pop to the Northern Kingdom, tell Judah to get up with me. We on the road cruising so smooth, I just let the top down. Do everything in order, we solid then from the top down. We standing up for the most high against the evildoers. Wicked niggas out here scoffing, but somebody had to do it. They just talking while we proving the gospel that we stand on. We fit for the defense against who handling the word wrong. No, this ain't no vacation, but feel the sunshine vibes. It's all work and no play. We soaring, look how time flies. So fly, most high, fresh, purple with the gold.
Right? That's something that we have to do as Israelite men. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So how do we love and fear and serve God? It's going to tell you. Watch this.
To keep the commandments. To keep the commandments.
Keep God's commandments. That's what we must do on this earth. That's how we serve God. That's how we fear God. It's not going into the Sunday church and paying your money and giving tithes. It's not catching the Holy Ghost and dribbling on the ground like a basketball. It's not getting dunked in a pool of water and raising up talking about I'm saved and sanctified by the blood of Jesus. It's not celebrating Easter on Easter Sunday. Because those things are not in the Bible. All right? This is how we come back to our God, keeping his commandments.
That's right.
So, I got a question. How old are you? 31. That's your wife?
That's my girlfriend.
That's your girlfriend. All right? How long y'all been together?
A year or two.
A year or two?
About a year or two.
All right.
Yeah.
Give me Hebrews 13.
Bring it out!
Watch this. So, us coming back, being as men on this earth, right? We got to take control of our households, right? When we take control of our households, it will reverse the curse. Because what the white man did, he put the woman on top. And he told them that you don't need your black man. So even right here, you standing with a black woman, it's a miracle that you're with a black woman. You know how many brothers come down the street and they walking hand in hand with Becky and they think that they won the lotto? No, that's not it. Marrying your own people is winning the lotto. But we gonna show you. Watch this.
The book of Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
So God says that marriage is honorable in everything you do. So marriage has to be a priority in the black communities. Because it's a curse to have a baby mama.
That's right.
It's a curse to have a baby daddy.
That's right.
You know why? Because once the father leaves, who's running the household? The woman. And what happened to the first woman? Didn't she get deceived by the devil? That's what's happening today. The white woman is telling the black woman, or the white man is telling the black woman, you don't need your black man. They're telling you could do bad all by yourself. You could be independent. You're a strong black woman.
That's right.
And they give you welfare. So that don't make any sense. But this is what's going to break that down. Read it again.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
So anything you do in your bedroom with your wife is good, it's honorable in the sight of God. And then he says, but what? But whoremongers. You know what a whoremonger is? The root word is what? Whore, right? So monger is just gathering up. I know you know a bunch of brothers that just can't get enough. They got 10, 11, 12 side pieces. What they call them? What they call them today? Sneaky links. Come on, that's what they saying. They coming up, but God said there are what?
Whoremongers.
Whoremonger. And the judgment for whoremonger is death.
Bring it out.
That's what's going to eventually happen to him. Because how many stories you seen a brother sneaking in a sister's house and she got a man and the man show up and bust a cap in both of them? That's how you get judged. Read it again.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
And adulterers, people who get married and then step outside of their marriage, God gonna judge them too.
Bring it out.
Because marriage is supposed to be the priority. That's what separates us from the rest of the world.
That's right.
Because we were the ones who were supposed to keep this law from the beginning. Because Adam was what? He was the first. What color was he? He was
dark skin.
He was a black man, right? So who established the first marriage? Exactly.
That's
So
right.
if we establish the first marriage, we should make it honorable.
That's right.
That's right.
That's what you have to do. You have to marry this young lady. If y'all laying out, you have to marry her. Because what's going to happen is, if you don't marry her, or if you get caught with a side piece and she leave you, she is going to go to the next guy. And what happens if that happens to that guy? What's going to happen? She's going to leave that guy. And what happens after that? Now she's tossed around New Iberia. You have just made the person who was supposed to be your wife, your helpmeet, a whore in the community. That's what we see every day.
That's right.
That's how brothers have 3-4 baby mamas.
That's right.
And it's like, bro, you ain't gonna get enough? Nah, man, I gotta get another one.
That's right.
Give me Sirach 23:17. You know what I'm talking about? Whoremonger.
Yeah.
Never leave off. So that's what happens in our communities. We just keep going because of what we've been taught in America is do what you want to do, right? There's many more fish in the sea, right? That's not the right way. God said marriage is honorable and all. But this is what happens to brothers who don't want to get married. Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 23, verse 17.
Bring it out.
All bread is sweet to a whoremonger. He will not leave off till he dies.
Tell he what?
Till he dies.
So brothers who want to continue to be players and live that lifestyle thinking that they're not going to get caught. They're going to get caught by the Most High God.
That's right.
You want to know how they get caught? Deuteronomy 28:61. This is how brothers get caught. Slipping. Trying to get 3-4 side pieces. Not wanting to marry women. They want to be single for 10 years and just smash all they can smash. God going to catch up to them. Watch this. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 61. Also, every sickness and every plague.
Every sickness and every plague, right? Can you read?
And every plague which is not written in the book of this law.
So in the Bible, you can't read about AIDS. You can't read about syphilis, gonorrhea, those things, right? You can't read about the blue waffle in the Bible, right? So those sicknesses, even though they're not written in the Bible, God is going to do what?
Them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
God is going to give you those sicknesses until you die. God is going to give you hepatitis B, hepatitis C. God is going to give you all those things because we all know one brother in the hood that got caught up and he started shriveling up. Brother getting small and then he just died. They say, oh, what happened to him? He caught AIDS. He had HIV, right? So that's what happens. That's a curse upon our people. Why? Go back to Hebrews 13:4. Because we don't want to get married. Marriage is the foundation for a strong nation.
That's right.
That's how we come back to our God. Building up our houses, building up our children to be strong kings of the earth. Watch this. Read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers adulterers, God will judge.
So if you don't want God to judge you, my brother, you have to marry this woman. If you already been with her, what you say, 1-2 years, what you have to do in those 1-2 years before you lay with her, Sirach 6 and 7, you would have to prove her first according to the Bible. In the old times, they just call it courting, right? Courting, going on dates, chaperone, knowing that at the end of the night, you're not laying with the sister. You trying to be honest. What they used to say in the old days, make an honest woman out of me. You know, don't make me fast, right? But make an honest woman. Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend.
So if you want a friend, right? This is not talking about a boyfriend or a girlfriend, right? Because boyfriend and girlfriend leads to fornication. But it says if you want to get a friend, right? A friend you would have to prove. Read.
Prove him first and be not hasty to credit him.
So you each other, y'all would have to prove each other. Be like, all right, are you in it just for sex, or are you in it for the long haul?
That's right.
To marry me,
That's
right?
right.
To grow old together, right? Give me that in Tobit, chapter 8, because that's the thing that's missing in our community. You want to know why 14 years old they running around with an AR-15? Because they don't have no leadership. They don't have no fathers in their home, and their mothers have to work 2 jobs. So who raising them? The streets. That's who raising our children today. The streets. And in the streets, you gonna do 2 things. What's those 2 things? You gonna die. How did this brother know this? You gonna die or go to jail. That's what's gonna happen to us. Read.
The book of Tobit, chapter 8, verse 7. And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust.
So we shouldn't be taking sisters for lust. That's what we do now. Because once we see a sister on the street, we see the shape of her body, and we like, man, I gotta have that. I got to. And then when we get caught up and she have a baby, then you feel guilty. You say, oh, I gotta marry the sister now. That means you married her because she was your baby mama. And she became your baby mama because you lusted after her. Is that going to lead to a good marriage? No. Because the second she gains a little weight, you're going to be looking for that sneaky link. That's what's going to happen. And God going to judge us. We getting judged as a community right now. Read.
But uprightly, therefore merciful, ordained that we may become aged together.
That's the goal. To become aged together, to grow old together, to raise up a family together.
That's right.
To watch your family, your children raise up children. Not to be divorced, because guess who's the highest divorced people on the face of the planet?
Teacher.
That's us. Guess who's the most unmarried woman on the planet? The black woman.
That's right.
That's by design. That's not by just circumstances, right? Just so happened it fell that way. No, that's by design. We have been destroyed as a people. We have not been taught marriage. We have not been taught relationship values, right? Because all that lies in keeping the commandments, right? Read it again.
The book of Tobit, chapter 8, verse 7. And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust, but uprightly, therefore merciful, ordained that we may become aged together.
So that's the goal. God says you must marry this sister and become aged together, right? But if you keep the commandments, that's going to be an easy thing. Because if you love God, my brother, you love God, my sister, if you love God, it wouldn't be a hard thing to do. All right? But if you don't love God, it would be like, man, I didn't really want to marry him, or I didn't really want to marry her. You know, it was just for the time being, right? But if you love God, this is what you're going to do. First John.
Bring it out.
Loving God is keeping his commandments. That's what loving God is. Watch this.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
So that's the love of God. If you love God, you're going to keep his commandments.
We used to scream black power, while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.